All right. Well, there's a problem. Hey YouTube, it's Faye, and welcome back to another installment of the Supra Saga series. And yes, as you probably guessed, things once again went wrong. I mean, like most builds with a bunch of custom parts, right? So in this video, I show you what once again went wrong and what I did to fix it. So here we go. Ah, man, did I scratch the paint off of that bolt head already? Wait, is that touching? Is that touching?
Offer look pretty close, doesn't it?
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It looks like it's touching. Oh, yeah. That touched.
Oh, it sure did. And look what would happen when it came around there.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why it wouldn't turn. All right. So we're not gonna torque them right now.
No,
we're gonna figure that out.
We made you show that. You see,
yeah.
This little.
So here we are, factory bolts. Everything factory. These guys are torqued to like 7 foot-pounds. I actually did them by hand, but I felt them all go down in perfectly. Factory washers, factory bolts. Everything's bottomed the way that it should be. And look, I went to install this, and I was stressing out because I was like, why won't the cams turn?
And I was thinking so freely by hand.
Yeah, and then Danny comes over and turns on. I'm just like, what changed? But you know what changed is I took these off. So you came over.
Oh yeah, because then it turned and it didn't turn before.
Yeah, and I was like, man, what am I doing wrong? So check this out. Thank God it's on the back side.
Oh, you'd have turned that starter on and man.
And it would have destroyed them. Look, so I've got damage to the back of, I mean, very minimal damage. Just scratches on the back of the gear.
But as soon as it would have turned, it would have caught
hit the
bolt
yeah.
right there.
Okay, so 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or maybe 1 step forward and 2 steps back. I don't know. But I'm just gonna take these bolts and I'm gonna shave them down a little bit, and then also check these out. These screws protrude really far in, and so I mean, imagine if it didn't hit on these, it would have hit on these. Could you imagine me just putting this all back together, putting it in the car, and then starting it up? And I mean, I would have figured this out anyways because these cam gears have to be degreed. Sometimes it scares me to think of how close that they could have been just from not paying attention. So there's something that Danny says that his mentor, when he was a kid, always told him every time he puts on a new part, turn the engine over. And I love that because that would have, you know, prevented, I mean, that did actually prevent a catastrophic failure for me just put it on and going to turn it around. So anyways, I'm gonna go and I'm going to shave down these bolts and actually maybe remove these lock washers. Maybe remove the washers too. I don't know. But I'm gonna shave down these bolts because I do still want to use these because I do think that it's important to have this cover here. And then I'm gonna shave these down. So, right, let's get to it. Check it out. All right, I did clip off that little lock washer and I shaved off maybe 2/3 of the head of the bolt. Now I'm just gonna test fit it. I already know it's gonna clear, but I've gotta do a quick test fit anyways. Oh my God, yeah, okay. That makes me feel a lot better. Let's see then. Yeah. That's perfect. There, now you can see there's actually a freaking gap there. Alright, so now that I've finished shaving down those 4 cam gear backing plate bolts, I'm turning my attention to the cam gear adjustment screws. And these are going to require a little bit more precision because they are stainless steel screws and I'm shaving off the threaded portion and they're going to be going into aluminum. So here I'm just fabricating a jig for myself to make my life a little bit easier. Okay, so... And you can probably tell, but it's worth pointing out that the threads that stick out of my jig here are the exact same amount of threads that stick out of the back of the adjustable cam gear. So when I shave the end of this fastener completely flush with my jig, I know that's how it's gonna look on the back side of the cam gear. I wish I had recorded you saying that because that was so good. Danny just called me a machinist. Okay, he called me a machinist in training.
Show him what you did.
Look, it's perfect.
Before, after.
Yep, that is so flush.
With a fabricated jig.
With my beautiful. Well, it's super zoomed in right now.
It's awesome.
So there's my little.
It's freaking awesome.
There's my little jig. So now I'm gonna do the rest of them, and then the goal for today is just to get these on. So I'm 99% of the way there. Once begun, you're halfway done. Now that I got the tool, it's gonna.
And you are officially a machinist. You made this out of nothing. You're a machinist.
I'm trying.
Darn it! Anybody can buy something. You made
Anyone
it.
can buy something. I made it. That's right.
Alright.
That's right. You heard it here first, people. Okay, so here is one that's been completed. So I'm putting that on. Okay, and I got the other one done, so installing that one too. Now putting on my safety glasses so no one calls me out as I brake clean the oil off of these ARP bolts as they come coated in from the factory so that I can apply my Loctite. Do you need Loctite? No, you don't. The factory repair manual says that you don't, but as you know, from the beginning of the whole Supra Saga, I'm scarred, so this is just to make me feel good, y'all. Now I'm gonna torque them down, and I'm using torque specifications that are actually a little bit higher than normal. Oops, wait a second, almost forgot. Once they're on, now we recheck it, and making sure that this one. All right, so now that I've double checked everything, I'm gonna torque down my cam gear bolts. And of course, these are ARP bolts. I'm actually not using the factory torque specification, which is 36 foot-pounds. I'm gonna go to 40 because with ARP, you do want a little bit of stretch. And if you are using ARP, if they do not have the correct application, for example, ARP does not make a bolt that is specifically for this application, therefore they do not provide me a torque specification, go ahead and call up the engineers at ARP. They're super helpful and they will help you out. I picked these not in a set specifically made for the 7M cam gear. I actually bought this bolt in a pack of 5. I just took the outer diameter, the thread pitch, and the length and ordered accordingly. So check this out, you guys. I'm finally installing my timing belt again. My cam gears are on there. They look beautiful. I could not be more stoked. So stay tuned because coming up, I'm gonna be showing you how I degree these adjustable cam gears. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, cool, stay tuned, because obviously this engine is really far from being done. So there's plenty more where this came from, isn't there? Isn't there? She doesn't like that either. She wishes it was just done and we were just driving as well. But it's okay, one of these days. One of these days. Yeah, okay. All right, see you in my next video. Bye.